Hey guys, I know it's really late. I'm having a really rough night tonight. I think that having my kids over the weekend kind of it hit me when my bonus kids were here, how much of a illusion and stuff I was missing. And I think that after the initial anger and trying to do everything to keep everyone safe after that's kind of dissipated a little bit, I think it's really hitting me everything that has happened and how much is different now and how much I've lost and how much the person that I thought I was married to really wasn't. And it's making me angry and sad in a whole different way. They say that when you've had childhood trauma and stuff that you're more likely to grow up and have bad toxic relationships. And it's like, okay, well, first we had something happen that wasn't our fault, and then we grow up and it's still happening. I would like to think that now it wouldn't be that way, because if I look at myself, let's say 4 years ago, where was I? I was taking back a man that was constantly cheating, was an alcoholic, was constantly lying, and I felt like it was my job to make him be a better person. My worth wasn't what I was doing for myself. It was what changes and what I could do for other people. That was how my worthiness was measured. And I'd like to think that because I've spent the last 3 years working so hard on coming to terms with my past and coming to terms with my trauma and coming to terms with the fact that I deserved more than I was ever given, I'm hoping that I can trust myself in knowing that what the red flags are. But then it's the problem of these people that are toxic, that use manipulation, that can use their children as pawns and in ways that I would never dream of being able to do as a parent. It's gotten really hard for me to believe people. I've had people that have known me for years and years and years message me saying that they love me and, all this stuff. And I'm finding myself saying, really? I've heard that one before. So is it going to be now anything positive that I hear from anyone? I'm going to look at it from the skeptical point of view, even worse than I did before. Am I ever going to be able to trust anybody again? I was very proud of myself for a while about how small I had my circle and how I thought that everyone in it was trustworthy, and to have that truth stripped away made me really raw again. And it's been coming to terms with the fact that somebody that was there with me in every single horrible moment that I've had, from being diagnosed with MS and having all of that stuff, to being diagnosed with complex PTSD and all the breakdowns that I've had in that whole trip, all the stuff for, the children, all the stories that he had told me that come to find out are not true. but that I gave so much of my time and energy to. It's starting to hit me that I'm 43 years old. I have multiple sclerosis. I now have 10 times more trust issues than the normal person. Is it worth it to even try anymore? I'm almost to the point that maybe I should just shut off my phone and not be around people, because obviously the way that I was brought up, I am trained to deal with people that are toxic, and I am trained to give them 1,000,001 chances. I'm trained to overlook things and forgive them often. So I don't know if that's something I should keep trying to work on. You know, how many times can those qualities of mine bite me in the ass before I say, okay, I got it. I should not be around people because I'm way too much looking for the good in them. And that works in contracts to what I'm trained for. I'm trained to deal with people that don't treat me correctly. And I'm trained to think that's okay. I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to deal with this new, realization that not only maybe am I too much, am I too broken, but I'm far too unreliable in choosing who I surround myself with. And that's not only horrible for my children, but it's horrible for me. So what point do you say being social and trying to have that support system, how much of it is it worth going through this when you fall for the wrong ones? I'm really struggling with it tonight. But my logical mind is trying to tell me that, like I said, I've worked on myself. I am better to find these things. And if I wasn't in the middle of my own, health issues and mental health issues and all of that, I would have known better and it never would have happened. And now I know even more better. So I'm trying to reinforce to myself that it's okay, that the part where he's shifting the things that he did wrong and trying to lay them at my feet isn't going to last forever. The part where I have to refigure out how to do things without full use of my body is going to get easier. The learning how to deal with emotions and difficult situations like this on my own without that safe person that I thought I had is going to get easier. I'm going to learn how to do it again. But tonight I am kind of feeling sorry for myself and acknowledging and I think grieving the illusion of family and the illusion of safety and security, and the chance that I gave yet another person that didn't deserve it. That's their fault, not mine. The only one that I can control actions of is myself. And I shouldn't feel that I need to change the way that my heart is, the way that my character is, the way that my personality is, of trying to love and give everyone a chance. Because I feel like in a way that's letting them win. I'm kind of amazed at how far I've come in some aspects. I mean, it used to be that I'd be telling myself that the way that they win is, you know, if I'm crying. Well, now I'm sitting here in front of a bunch of strangers crying, but acknowledging what happened, honestly. You know, acknowledging that the only way that you could get that true revenge is to stand up and wipe yourself off and say, well, I'm going to go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead again. I don't know how different it's going to look. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to make myself feel safe for at least a little while. But right now I'm going to focus on getting through tonight. All right. I just felt the need to come on and share this. I mean, it's making me feel ashamed to admit how much I'm missing somebody that is horrible. But I believe that it's part of it. And it's a healthy part of it. And it's the part of it that's helping me not dissociate and helping me to stay in my body and helping me to stay, okay, this is how we're going to do the next step. So everything that I've done to work on myself has obviously helped. And if I got anything out of this, it was that validation. All right. Love you all. If you guys watch, send me us something. All right. Bye.